I'm Chris, this is Winner Plays. We're doing the Pentagon Challenge. We've moved to North America. We're now with Monterrey. And Houston, we have a problem. That was really an opportunity missed. If I'd gone to Houston in MLS, I could really have used that a lot, but I didn't. And we are in Monterrey in Mexico. And the news, I've just looked, the North American Champions Cup will be scheduled on the 10th of December and not due to start until February 14th. So that suggests we've got to effectively win one of these part leagues that qualifies us for the NACC for the following season, and that means we then have to play half a season before we actually start, well, more than half a season before we actually start the competition. So therefore we have to make sure that we're qualifying for the next one as well, just in case we don't do anything in the first. Yeah, it's going to be an issue, I'm sure. Right, on to transfer news, and there's lots of news. So where did we get up to? Azias, I think it was. So Figueiredo finally left to ATM for his 4.2 runs and 5 million. Having seen him play, I think I should be gutted by that. He finished with us 4 goals, 2 assists, 2 player of the matches in 3 games. So he did rather well, which is disappointing that we sold him, but let's face it, he's a 31-year-old Brazilian and didn't fit my new style. I don't know what the new style or system is yet. Fernando Arroz was on loan last season at Calgary. We sold him to Empoli for 1.3 million. Not exactly sure. He was a Brazilian with Italian part. Yeah, all in all, he didn't play for me at all, and we cashed in with 1.3 million. And the last player out the door has been Batusta Kokiobinski. Again, 32-year-old Argentinian who was all right. Now our scouts say he's a C-. So we sold him for 2.7 million with 185,000. It cost us 185,000 to sell him. I did try to sell him for 4.2 million, but hey ho. Sometimes these things work out, sometimes they don't. We have since brought in Jason Rangel. He's another one of the director of football signings, which I've just let it go and dropped him straight into the B team. We then raided Yokohama Marinos. There's a pattern evolving here, and I'm sure we've done that before, to sign Sekou Kamara, because I thought he was a right back. Yeah, so he's a makeshift right back. It said up here somewhere, wing back. It was wing back. That caught me out. He's a wing back. He's not really yet, but I think he might turn out to be one. So he's training to play right back. In the meantime, he's playing in midfield. Because we sold Batusta, we brought in Sydney, a experienced Brazilian. He's 27, so a little bit younger. He's got a fair amount of pace, quite decent in the middle of the park, and came in for 5.25 million. Does that rise? No, that was it. 5.25. And then, yeah, I think we met his minimum release clause. And then we followed that up with another midfielder, this time Chilean defensive midfielder, Alexis Vidal, who is quite an exciting prospect, already quite decent, and has the potential to get better. We'll see. So all in all, I would say we had a very decent transfers. Oh, it's all changed. Oh, I can't find it now. Anyway, I don't think the board or the fans were particularly pleased. They weren't overly excited by any of it, which is most disappointing. on to how we've been playing, and we won the first 3 league games, and then we followed. Well, you saw the first 2, and then we followed that with a 5-3 victory over Chivas. We were 3-0 up. They drew level at 3-3, and then we scored 2 late goals. So an interesting game. And then it went into the Leagues Cup. So the Leagues Cup, if you don't know, is it appears to be North America. Well, certainly USA and Mexico. Between them, they are split into various groups. We drew LAFC and Puebla, or whatever they may be, and we comfortably won the group. We'd actually qualified after winning the first game because those 2 drew and LAFC won on penalties, to mean we were already through no matter what the result, and we beat them, finished top, and then we got an away tie against LAFC in the League Cup West quarterfinals. And now we're on to today, and it's San Jose. Are they still the? Yeah, they are the Earthquakes. We are going to San Jose in the semi-final of the Leagues Cup West. And then I think once we get finalists from each one, there'll be 4 teams. It becomes the Leagues Cup semi-finals. Should be that, if I've got my maths right. Unless the 2 that reach the final go through. I don't know. I'm not really that interested. West semi-final, let's have a look. And then it goes into a West final, which will be drawn tomorrow. Fabulous. Right, I will get the team picked, and we can then see how we're lining up, and we'll play against San Jose. Okay, so the team is Gattini in goal with Asensio at right wing back, and Ruiz at left wing back. Orozco, Chiquit and Perez are our 2 central defenders. Vidal comes in at the base of the midfield. Kamara and Sydney are in the middle. Alde at the top end, with Cantu and Coker at the 2 strikers. Those 2 strikers seem to be our best 2, and other ones doing. Probably not even Coker has not really hit the ground running yet. Neil Morton comes off the bench and has scored a few goals, so that's one player to watch. He could also be the next on the chopping block because we are over our allotted wage budget. I'm trying to get rid of Maxi, someone or other, Rodriguez I think it is. I've had 2 deals fall through and something happened on another one. I think he rejected them. It's like, the guy's a cretin. He's not playing, he's not registered, and yet he's still sticking around. But it's a minor irritation compared to what we have done. We've been given the opportunity, afforded the opportunity to spend lots of money. We've brought in lots of good players, and we've started the season quite well. Although we haven't got our shooting boots today, let's give them some encouragement. Perhaps we'll work the ball into the box because, quite frankly, shooting from target hasn't been working, as we probably missed the next shot. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Was that Cantu or Coker? It must have been Cantu that missed that. Since this is 6.5. Yeah, we'll play for set pieces. 10 shots, 1 on target. It is horrendous. And now we've lost Perez. He's just lacking match sharpness, that's fine. Oh, not the greatest of starts to this game. Right, we're going attacking to start the second half. Right, oh, let's get 2 strikers into the game formation, and what do? Let me down badly. We haven't seen the fullbacks too much, So perhaps this is our opportunity to see Ruiz bomb on. Can he get the ball across? He can. Balde shoots, and that wasn't far away. But it's another shot off target. Is that going to register? There we go. We've had a couple of shots on target though. Cantu is just having an absolute nightmare with it. Salcedo on. Sydney's playing quite well in the middle. Balde's not doing particularly well, so we'll get Park in the game. And Valdez can come in at wing back. You can attack. You don't necessarily need to be a complete wing back. That was Figueroa. That's just been left. This is going to be heartbreak, isn't it? Thank goodness for that. Right. Wow, after my last substitutions, it's all them. This attacking malarkey isn't working. It's just opening us up. Right, let's bring on the final subs. Morton can come on for... what's his name? You can be an attacking pressing forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. That's the lot. Again, Coca fails to deliver. With this being an American competition, I hate to think what's going to happen. Do we go into penalties? Do we have extra time? Neil Morton, what can he do? He pulls it back. Salcedo, thank you very much. We have been on XG, number of shots, etc., the better side, but we weren't really the better side. It's now, can we hold out for the last 3 minutes? Salcedo to Morton. Morton passes back to the keeper, really. So Morton's probably the next one on my list for chopping, but he is a left winger, so playing striker isn't his natural position, so we'll let him off a bit there. No penalty. Thanks for that, ref. And there we have it. We've reached the West Final. Well, we'll be up against someone. Is it Chivas? That's not good. Sent it back out for a month. Oh no, it includes Canada as well. Look, Montreal are in there, so we'll get a bit of Canadian football. So we'll see you for that. Okay, the team's been picked. We've freshened up a couple of slots here and there. Meza has come in at left back. Otherwise, the rest of the back five: Gattini, Orozco. Oh no, sorry, because we had the injury. Lopez has also come in. So Orozco, Chiquet, and Asensio also make up the back four. Vidal again sits in front. Diaz and Alfaro are both come in for the central midfield roles. Both Kamara and Sydney have dropped to the bench. Balde sits in front, and we have Coca and Cantu up front. Lopez, unfortunately, had a under-23 games in between as well, so he's a little bit tired. Rodolfo, it was a toss-up between the two, but Lopez is a bit further along in his fitness, so we'll let him play. And there's me in my snazzy Mexican outfit. The green jacket isn't quite the right green, and it's difficult to add a eagle for the ensemble, so it's just a yellow tie. This is so confusing. We're in light blue yet again. I'm not used to it. I'm still used to the Gamba Osaka, darker blue like Montreal are playing in. Gattini comes out well. Claims, collects. We've got the possession, we're just not doing anything with it so far. Let's do that before my assistant tells me to do that. Meza, Diaz finds Coca. Coca, what can he do? He finds Cantu. Cantu shoots and does score his third, and it's going to be ruled out. The silly little man in little shorts. Okay, he's not a silly man in little shorts. There we go. Lovely play from Coca. Cantu with a decent run and a nice finish. And we lead 1-0. Yes, from considering those changes. And a highlight straight from kickoff. Can we rob the ball? No, we can't, so it's not good. Marshall Rutty. What a name. Oh, that was a good effort from them. Gattini, by the looks of it, had it covered, so we're happy with that. Meza finds Coca. Coca now to Diaz. Back to Orozco. And Diaz gets the ball. Drives towards the box. Finds Vidal. And then finds Alfaro. Alfaro shoots, but it's been blocked. Are we being heavy-handed with our tackles? That's 2 bookings we've got in this game so far. The one thing we do really miss is Figueiredo. Oh, what a finish from Cantu. Figueiredo's rampaging runs down the right. It is noticeable the drop-off with Asensio, so I'm going to go cap in hand to the board and try and get one more player in. But to do that, I need to get rid of a foreigner. So Neil Morton has just been put on the list. Balde and Coca didn't quite meet up there. And the one thing with this rebuild is, slowly but surely, with every transfer I make, the dynamics goes down, so the team cohesion is dropping like a stone. I think we're at average. We've been fortunate that it hasn't been wide-scale changes all at one go, like you would in a summer. We just had that 3-week period of the Mexican window, so we had to make sure we did a fair amount of work to get the right players in. And now we've got the rest of the window to bring in players from foreign clubs, so obviously I could sign Mexican players from foreign clubs, one of which plays for Liverpool is £100 million, so I don't think that one's going to happen. Wasn't great from Asensio. I don't think he's a complete wing-back. I must remember to change that. Balde just doesn't look like the same player that he was in Japan. But to be fair, he's come into a new environment. He's Portuguese, so I don't know how good his Spanish is. And from 2-0 up, they keep scoring. Rodolfo have to come in for him. We'll get Valdez in. We'll change it to wing back. Attacking play. And as Balde isn't playing particularly well, Park can come on as well. So 3 changes. The 2 strikers aren't doing too badly. Nice work from Diaz there. And it's still all them. Who knew the Canadians were so good at football? There's the excellent commentary of, oh, I'm not happy about it, but that's the great thing about being in Mexico, the commentary. Golazo, 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 goal! Right, let's bump up our midfield play. Let's get Sydney on. And Salcedo can come on to Coca. Diaz to Vidal, who shoots, but it's wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my 5 subs. Let's fire them up, see if they can change things around. It's a final after all. Sydney to Salcedo. Oh, cracking effort from Salcedo there. Sydney with the corner. What can he do? Fires towards the near post, but Attenberg or something like that. Oh, Park gets in the way of a shot, I think. Sydney with a cross. It's cleared. The left back Meza finds Sydney, who finds Diaz. Oh no, Park with a very good header. When you see it in slow motion like that, it was another good header. Their keepers join the attack. And there we have it. It's not pretty. It's not free-flowing or anything like that, but we have managed to get through, and as you can see, my team cohesion is average. Everything else is very good, so we've still got good atmosphere around the club. But yeah, does it tell us who we play in the next stages? We'll give Cantu a bit of a pat on the back. Schedule. That's all there. Profile. So 15 groups. Then they split into quarter-final. Toronto, New York. Wow. I've no idea what goes on now. I guess we'll find out, and if we have got some kind of semi-final, we'll perhaps be back for that. In the meantime, I will see if I can do a final couple of bits of transfers. We're trying to get Neil Morton, who is a sort of a recent signing apparently, out the door. Perhaps we'll look at Arriga as well. These players down towards the bottom, with the exception of Corral, will be the ones we look to shift out the door. And if we can get some out, we can then bring some more in, and hopefully they'll have more potential, more ability. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon for another episode. Until then, ta-da.